All right. What's up, my crypto legends? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you're having a fantastic Friday. I'm here with Devolt. How are you doing, Devolt, today?
I'm absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Andy, for having me. A beautiful Easter Friday. I know many people spending times with their loved ones, but here we are. Oh, wait, I just needed to put that off, playing here in the background. And I know that everyone's spending time with family and friends, and if you are watching, you are dedicated.
Absolutely. I mean, crypto never sleeps. Bitcoin never sleeps 24/7, 365 days a year. So, anyway, today in this episode, this live stream, basically, we are going to look at Bitcoin technical analysis, but also trying to spot those good altcoin projects that are likely going to do very, very well in this bull run, right? We all want those epic gains or those very likely gains of 5x, 10x, right? I actually like to get into solid projects that I do know that are very likely going to make me some gains instead of going, down the rabbit hole to those very risky altcoins that might just disappear or stay very close to $0, right? So, Devolt,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the comment section before we go through some Bitcoin technical analysis. I think it's, what makes sense here is to start off with Bitcoin, understanding where we at, looking at the higher time frame, lower time frame. But first of all, let's take a look at the, beautiful community. Say hello. We've got Aditya here, one of my moderators. Dipping, how are you doing, my man? One BTC says Andy will be 5 minutes late. Yeah, I'm usually a few minutes late. This is kind of the Spanish blood there. Hope you can check XRP ADA dot and link, says Mike. Well, I have link ready on the charts. I am going to analyze link because link is one of them that I think will do very good in the bull run. Very likely going to go to all-time high, which is already over a 3x from current price levels. So I'll be analyzing link. We got eGold here as well. Did add some eGold in my portfolio. We got Bernie. How are you doing, my man? Zakaria, Frank, good morning. Nend, Mark Dutch, hello. How are you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Crypto Big Brains. All right, we'll be going through comment section. We got Filecoin here, Devolt. So I know Devolt
Yes,
is
yes.
that's one of his altcoins that we're going to analyze right away on the stream. So we got Jafar saying, "Can we take a look at Filecoin today?" So we got Chainlink. I got Chainlink for myself. You got Filecoin here also for Devolt. So let's start off with some technical analysis on your side, Devolt, on Bitcoin, and then we can do a back to back. I'll be doing the Bitcoin analysis as well, doing my opinion to see if we are, kind of in the same zone.
Sorry, I'm just trying to add my screen, yeah? Mm,
To make it full screen. Let
yeah,
me,
oops.
yeah,
There
there we
we go.
go.
There we
Yep.
go. Okay, cool. Sorry, all the wrong buttons here today. Right. Thanks, Andy. And I think, yeah, let's start a little bit with Bitcoin over here. And I think the one thing we have to realize about altcoins is that when Bitcoin consolidates, you could still see an explosion in some of the altcoins. Okay. It is
Mm,
usually when there's a consolidation where you see the popcorn effect on some of the altcoins where you least expect them. You just see a 20% jump in one of your favorite altcoins, and you're like, but why? Bitcoin didn't do anything. It's
mm,
because it needs the consolidation for those altcoins to pop. But
yeah.
right, nevertheless, let's analyze very simply. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible. Okay. Is I'm tracking this downsloping trend. Okay. And you can see how well
Mhm,
we've respected it. So, from my one line trend strategy that I always speak about to my community, without knowing Fibonacci, support, resistances, from a simplicity perspective, is
mm,
that you track momentum to the downside. When you see a breakout, you wait for high volume to kick in. You want to see at least a 1 hour close above the trend for potential continuation to the upside. And you always look left for consolidation areas. Here's a
mhm.
nice consolidation area over here. So it's not to say that when you play a breakout, you are definitely going to claim the high. You have to
Yeah.
always look left,
Mm,
because that to me is a TP1. maybe
Yeah.
you leave some of the position open for TP2, and if you want, leave 10% of the position open for higher prices, depending on how bullish the momentum looks and how much green volume we get kicking in over here. Okay, so that's the easiest trading scenario that I can explain. Now, when I make it a little bit more difficult, I can throw Fibonacci in here from the pivot low to the pivot high, and you can see how beautifully, exactly to the dollar, we tapped the 0.618. Okay. In confluence, I don't have my CVD open now, but you will see in confluence with this pivot and this pivot, we also have bullish CVD both on all the exchanges and on the Bybit line. So that gave me the confidence to enter this trade. And I think my entry is round about this level over here when we got acceptance back above this low. Okay, and that's where I entered. I wanted a little bit more confirmation. Okay, and now we're finding a little bit of upwards momentum. And what I did see is we also now have local bullish CVD between this pivot and this pivot over here. Okay, which can give us that little breakout. And then we'll just have to observe price reaction when we get to this consolidation zone. From a long perspective. Okay, we also have this untapped daily level. And I think, Andy, often I see an important level gets front run, like what's happening right now. We could break out here and come and claim the high, for example, and then everyone was waiting for this damn daily level that didn't get hit. Okay. And I think that's why it's important to keep an eye on CVD as well. But I do want to highlight that if we fail to break through here and we start tumbling down, we can still see perhaps an SFP down here. Okay. For acceptance back above the daily level for a possible long, and then a breakout to the upside and potentially coming to retest this trend. I just want to show everyone where I get this trend from. Let me zoom into the 1 hour. Okay, I've basically been tracking this contracting diagonal to the upside. Okay, and for the moment it looks bearish. People that trade breakout strategies will say, well, we've lost the trend over here. We've now found downwards momentum. This is potentially a retest, and we're going to tumble down from here. Okay, definitely a possibility. But I mean, it's all a game of probabilities, where I was looking at this structure over here, this contracting diagonal, which they also refer to in Elliott wave theory as a ending contracting diagonal, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're waiting for the final wave where you then start breaking down. Okay. So that's the only reason I had it in here, and then tracking this momentum here to the upside. And what could potentially happen is if we do find momentum here to the downside and we come and retest the trend, we could still find continuation to the downside. So for bullish momentum to continue, I want to see us break back into trend. You get acceptance back inside the trend, okay, for continuation to the upside. And then we still have this daily level here on top to compete with. And I also have an SFP line over here. If I zoom in over here, just to show everyone where I get it from over here, because you never know if we're going to front run this level. So I want to see what's going to happen with this little interesting pivot over there as well.
Yeah. Is that at the 0.88 Fibonacci from all-time high to the low of the 20th of March?
Exactly.
Okay. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I would also be interested.
Well spotted. Anyway, and that what makes this level for me even more interesting is that I am also tracking. Where did I hide this? Is it this one? I am also tracking a bat pattern, reversal pattern, which is also a harmonic pattern. Okay, so let me just take some of the scribble out here, clean up the chart a little bit, is to say that we are still inside a Gartley harmonic pattern over here. Okay, and we could potentially even move the pivot here because we didn't close any candles above the 0.7886. So potentially we could even come down here to the 382, which is the 618 from point C to point D. Okay, 382 is usually the 618 over here. So there's definitely a possibility that this Gartley harmonic can still play out where we find weakness and we tumble down here, and there's lots of volume by the 50% fib level in confluence with this consolidation. And I think if you switch on your VRVP, there is just massive amounts of volume here at the 50% fib level.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we do get a drop down here, I would start taking profits here already and not even wait for the 618. Okay, because it can happen, definitely it can happen. If the harmonic plays out, you bounce, you make a lower high, and you continue the momentum to the downside, but it's never guaranteed. Okay, then the other harmonic that I'm tracking is the bat harmonic, which looks exactly the same as the Gartley. The only difference is point D is at the 0.88. Okay. And point B can be between the 618 and the 50% fib level. So it still makes sense for where we are right now. Let me just switch this off. Okay. So that's why I have a SFP line over there. And actually, let me do this. For those of you that want to know when potentially we get there, go set your alarms, make sure that you catch that. And so I want to see the reaction if we do get to this level, making everyone believe that we are going to grab the liquidity here above, okay, only to roll down from where we are to come and tap the 0.38 level down here, or the 50%. So not out the woods just as yet from both of these, also considered reversal patterns to the downside.
So,
and which is then,
Yeah, no, sorry to cut you there. Yeah, I just want to ask you some questions regarding this level. Do you believe that this could be a lower high at this $72,000 range then, and probably turning around at this point for the next coming days to come to the very low $60,000 level?
Yes, because Andy, just like you, and I've been watching some of your streams as well, I think we're singing the same song at the moment, where this can definitely still be an A, B, C to the downside. Okay. And for those of you, so let's entertain the scenario. Let's say that either we reject here or we reject from where we are right now, and we can even go a little bit higher. But I can already start calculating some targets. So let's, for shits and giggles, let's entertain the scenario and say, okay, if this is A, B, C to the downside, and this is definitely an A, B, C, okay, I can calculate C targets to the upside. So I can go and take my fib expansion from the low to A to B. Now I can go work out C wave targets, okay? For this impulse to potentially complete, you can see that we have already, let me just take this fib out the way, clean it up a bit, switch off the dailies. Okay, that looks a little bit neater. Right, you can see that C wave targets, Andy, and I think you know this very well, is 1.2382, 1.236, which we've already tapped. Okay, that's a C wave target, but we can go as high as the 1.618. C targets I've seen in Bitcoin, they love the 1.618 target as well. So if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we still need to make a fifth wave here to the upside, we can still reject in this area over here, entertaining this bearish scenario, where if we do tap the 1.618, you will grab the liquidity above these highs, and then you have a B flat to the upside for continuation to the downside, which then tells me,
No, I mean, that 1.618 is basically testing the all-time high for a potential, double top swing failure pattern, right? Basically right there for that, possibility of a much larger corrective structure and an ABC flat. So, we know that B waves are very, very complex because, they can retrace to the 382 of the drop or the pump, or they can go all the way back to the 1.382, right? Which is, doing a massive flat scenario. So the wide range that a B wave has is just, no doubt is the most complex wave in a corrective structure.
Exactly.
Anyway, go ahead.
B waves. I mean, I've said it many times to my community as well, Andy, is B waves are extremely difficult to have a concrete target because it has so many targets on the way up. But what makes this one a little bit easier for me is the fact that I know that this is an AB wave over here. And the reason I know this is an AB wave is if I go into the 15-minute, okay, and we look at this structure, this is the structure that concerns me. It really concerns me, this structure. And I've highlighted in my previous updates as well to my community, is that a wave 1 and a wave 2 and 3 and 5 to the upside has impulses, 5 wave structures to the upside. So if this is considered a wave 1, where we're going to see us go to $100,000, for example, I am very concerned that this is a 3-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. Where's the 5th wave? When we were over here, I was having the conversation with our community to say that I'm expecting a 5th wave here, and then a tumble down, and then we just started falling down. And a 3-wave structure is a corrective structure. It's an A, B, C to the upside. And because this is a wave and not an impulse to the upside, it then tells me that whatever moves away from it, okay, oops, let me just drag this across. So whatever moves away from this structure is still corrective and not impulsive. Okay, so that, I mean, nothing's impossible. The market is here to surprise us, but I don't know why a lot of Elliott wave counters are counting this as a wave 1 and a 2, because I don't see 5 waves inside of the first wave. I just don't. So this definitely looks like A, B, C, because the C wave has 5 waves, and I can count 5 waves. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we're still busy with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have to complete the 5th wave. So the 5th wave is potentially already in, or we're still going to make the 5th wave and then start tumbling down. So
this is interesting. What do you reckon about a 1-2-1-2? Is it possible to look at this as a bullish case scenario? Because if we were to start ripping above all-time high, we got someone in the comment section here saying the only way is up, which is definitely not true. It's definitely not true. I wish it would be only up, then it would be easy to make those gains, especially scalping and day trading. But someone's saying Bitcoin Cash is going parabolic. The vault. Bitcoin Cash is going parabolic. Shall we take a look at Bitcoin Cash? I don't mind doing some analysis on Bitcoin Cash, actually.
Okay.
But, go ahead. I'll go through the comment section. Maz, thanks for joining. We've got Maz here from Boston, US, bringing the amazing TA, currently from DeVault. Do you also spot the diamond reversal pattern on the 1 hourly time frame? Yes, very much. It does look like very diamond reversey. What is going on with Bitcoin Cash? Can someone explain? Is it trading at over $600? Damn.
Yo.
Bitcoin Cash is doing very, very well. Very well. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. I'm just measuring out some waves over here. I would say in alignment with these highs over here, we do have the 2.618 level, and currently getting a rejection here at the 2 level, smash through the 1.618. So this is definitely a 3rd wave here to the upside. What it looks like. I'm just throwing some Elliott wave theory in here as well. And then basic technical analysis tells me, let's draw some support resistances. Well, there's definitely some massive resistance over here in alignment. Some people could argue that it's the wicks around about there. And we have smashed through the highs. See, this 1.618 level was with an underbelly resistance over here. I would like it could, if this momentum continues to the upside, I would say $786 is potentially a rejection point in the short term. But we're going to have to smash through these highs successfully to keep this level and continue our way up. It looks like it wants to go. Wow.
It is going. It is going. So do you see this a lot more like a 3rd wave? So from the lows of June, May of 2023,
Yeah, so potentially potentially a wave 1, 2, and a third explosion here to the upside. I won't count this as a fourth wave. It's too short compared to this consolidation area over here. So it can get very explosive. And what I have noticed about third waves on, like, if you go and look at Rune and Solana, I mean, the evidence is there. Go look at Dogecoin, go look at Pepe, go look at Shiba Inu. We can go through those coins and I'll show you.
They go to the 4.618 extension, right?
Exactly.
The wave is like 5 times larger than the first wave.
Exactly. So Shiba Inu is here already. Okay. Let me take that out the way. I click on the wrong thing over here. Okay. Shiba Inu is here already. Pepe is there already. Third waves can be very explosive, and a lot of Elliott wave counters confuse small little consolidation areas as fourth waves, and they then say, okay, this is the fifth wave, we're going to turn around. They more experienced Elliott wave counters will tell you that your fourth wave has to be at least the length of your second wave for it to be a valid fourth wave. So this momentum can literally pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, and there's no fourth wave as yet. You want to see, sorry, that's a little bit drastic over there. You want to see a larger, longer fourth wave equaling this time over here to say that, okay, now it's balancing out because this impulse corrected itself. This impulse will now correct itself. Then I would say, okay, maybe a final fifth wave, just grabbing the liquidity above the highs. That's usually what the fifth wave does. It just grabs the liquidity above and then it falls down. But this is very bullish at the moment. I mean, I just want to show everyone here. Let's go and look at a nice little meme coin over here. Let's look at, where's Pepe? I had Pepe here somewhere and Shiba Inu. Let's go look at Shiba Inu over here. Right. This is the perfect example. Look at this. Okay. Ooh, absolutely crazy. So measuring this first wave to the second wave over here, you can see this is past the 5.618 already. It just, I don't even have FIB levels on top here because it's not often that you see this happen. Right. Absolutely crazy here to the upside.
Wow.
And yeah. And for a fourth, but it actually looks, I'll be honest with you, Andy, it actually looks like Shiba Inu could be forming a fourth wave over here because it's starting to get long in time. So this could be a B, an A, B, C, and then you go and make the final fifth wave, claiming the liquidity above the high for a deeper correction, maybe back to the trend over here. Okay. So yeah, I mean, translating that back into Bitcoin Cash, you don't know how high this impulse can go. When is the third wave going to stop? All I can tell you is that the 618 targets are common third wave targets. 2618, 3618, 4618. And often what's interesting to me is that when you take the 618 levels to the left, you will see that they often have consolidation confluence. So the 2618 has confluence with these highs over here. The 3618 has confluence with a little consolidation area over here. I mean, you would need to delve into smaller time frames to go and see the consolidations over here. But I'll be honest, Bitcoin Cash is not one of the coins that I trade. No. Technical analysis is a bit, I don't like it. Don't like it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I only trade 90% of the time is Bitcoin. 95% of the time. I just need one asset to make good gains at the end of the month. My experience with altcoins is not the greatest in the past. I would only get into very high probability trading setups on altcoins, very, very high probability. When I see something is very obvious that it is going to get, like this third wave that happened on many altcoins, that started off back in, December and January, basically, looking for that explosive move up, such as Polkadot, Solana, Theta. There was a lot of altcoins that started pumping like crazy. We were detecting that third wave to happen. And I did get into a few trades there. It needs to be very, very obvious for me to trade altcoins. So Yeah. Anyway, going to go continue through I can see you got Filecoin right there. Are you ready for the analysis for
You
Filecoin?
can
I
go
can
through
see.
some comments if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to go quickly through some comments while you get ready here for the analysis on Filecoin. We do have Stephen say that we are ready. Rari is pumping. Rari, I think, is Rarible from, yeah, basically it's NFT marketplace, if I'm not mistaken. BTC going to pump space and time to the moon, says Stephen. Mina Protocol, I can take a look at Mina Protocol, no doubt, in the next coming minutes, but we're going to see DeVault doing some analysis here on Filecoin. Not too many comments. People are, it looks like that people are enjoying to watch here, the stream, watching your analysis, obviously, on my channel, because they're fed up of seeing me analysis all the same every time. So I think they appreciate somebody here joining the channel, doing analysis such as yourself. And, I'm just going to let I'm going to talk about my trades that I've been doing the last few days, if you don't mind, DeVault. Just going through the trades that I got in here during the last few days, which is a long setup. I'm going to go through my setups, and I'm sure that you have done as well. We do very, very similar analysis, but last few trades that I got into these last few days is a long trade from here. We were forming bullish CVD divergence. We formed a Gartley pattern that you spotted, DeVault, as DeVault is a coach, guys, in the Legends trading community, and was very well spotted. There was a lot of confluence to long here, actually, at the $63,000 range to actually take those highs of $69,000 that played out very, very nicely. And I've been getting into some short scalps. They've all been very successful, even though we've been wicking the highs. Okay. This is a zone that I'm, looking for the price to potentially roll over. But I understand that we could actually be breaking all-time highs in the next coming days as well. But I would still see this as a possible corrective structure. Now, this does not mean, I could be totally wrong with this analysis. And I am interested in getting into long positions as well. If we start breaking through $72,000, right, the highs created the last couple of days, if we suddenly start smashing through here with insane amount of volume, potentially we're going to hit all-time high, and maybe we're going to go to even higher levels. Doing higher time frame analysis, just to let the people understand, does not mean that I am not going to enter a long position. As a scalper and a day trader, we need to have several trading plans to long and to short, because my higher time frame analysis might be completely wrong. That is not going to take me, that is not going to avoid me to not take any long position. So interested in long positions as well. DeVault, and I was doing a live stream here with the Legends trading community, saying that I'm interested in this long. I think we could take 71,500. Did get into a short here yesterday, taking most of the profits. Stop loss at break even. But overall, looking for longs, as DeVault was mentioning here on Bybit. Legends, I've spoken to Bybit. You get the best deal down below in the description. 20% fee reduction, okay, on Bybit. If you cannot trade on Bybit, I know many people cannot trade on Bybit. You got Mexi as a great option. They do have the lowest fees. Me and DeVault trade there most of the times, Bybit and Mexi. We are testing some other exchanges just in case. It's always good to have a plan C, right? If we got plan B, and better to have a plan C just in case, just to have another alternative, right? Based on KYC. Anyway, Bitcoin analysis, looking for longs. My higher time frame analysis is looking for a leg down. However, I'm very much aware that we could take $72,000 and even hit all-time high, and that means I am looking for longs as well on these retracements, as we are hitting good support. We do have bullish CVD divergence. We analyze the chart here, every single day, every single minute to analyze the situation. Anyway, DeVault, right back to you.
Definitely. Very interesting. It feels like I'm watching one of your live streams, Andy.
Yeah.
Okay. always have a trading plan and execute according to your plan. So I see even in my comments, people are requesting for Filecoin. And I think, always when I start with my analysis on any coin, and I like to zoom out here onto the daily and just look at the entire structure here to the left and where we are at the moment. And as you can see, what I like about Filecoin is there's a saying in trading, and I will keep it above the belt, is that the longer the consolidation, the higher the shoot up. Okay, the more aggressive. Longer the consolidation, the more aggressive the pump to the upside. Short consolidation, small little pump to the upside. And this has just been absolutely insane here with Filecoin. It looks like a bloody straight line here at the bottom. Okay, so looking at the structure over here, it actually looks very juicy. And I mean, everything, the analysis that I've done down here doesn't even make sense. It's all scrambled up. But I mean, looking at the bigger structure, we also have to consider that not every single altcoin is going to come and claim their all-time highs. Depending on the fundamentals and the project behind it, there's a chance, okay? I am more interested in this pivot over here from this bull cycle perspective. And yes, by all means, if we do get here and even higher, I'm still going to take profits on the way up, because you just never know. And there's a nice consolidation area here that can offer great resistance as well. But I'm interested in this pivot over here as a profit-taking area for the long term during this bull cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got my resistance boxes here just to see how we break through, perhaps adding to my position. I'll tackle that breach when I get there. But then when I start zooming in here, this to me was a really, really great accumulation zone over here. Any buys for me inside of this zone is where you wanted to pack your bags.
Yeah, okay?
If you're going to start pumping over here, you're already a little bit late from a spot perspective. And this is where retail traders start jumping in, is when price is already pumping. You want to buy when price is not pumping. It doesn't look like it's shooting up. Rune is doing phenomenal things. Doge is shooting into the air. You feel that you've been missing out. You have money in here. You take the money out. You go and throw it in something else. That coin starts correcting, and then you have blast off, and you were just impatient. Okay. So what I like about Filecoin, and it's also, for those of you that don't know the fundamentals about Filecoin, it's basically a storage coin where you can store data from a crypto perspective. Also the same with AR. They are brother and sisters, although they are competition as well. From a fundamental perspective, I prefer AR, but I bet on both. Okay, so first thing up is we broke this downsloping trend line that just went on forever, and we finally broke through. We had a nice retest grind against the trend, and then we found momentum to the upside. Okay, and then I'm just tracking this momentum now back here to the upside, because this could be the highway that's going to take us out of this consolidation zone. I call it the home line. That's my home line. Okay. Then let's zoom in a little bit more over here. So this to me looks like a clear wave one. Wave 1, 2, and we are busy with a third wave here to the upside. Okay, it's just what it looks like to me. This can also be a fourth wave, because the consolidation looks very similar, but nonetheless, I packed my bags when we were in here, so I actually don't care. I'm already in profits. From a day trading perspective, I entered another trade. So, I just want the community to understand that there's a big difference for me from an investment perspective, spot bags, and a day trading perspective, or a small little swing trade that I hold on to for 2 or 3 days and then I exit. Okay. So when I then zoom into this structure over here, you can see this is what I was tracking. I just kept the analysis dead simple. I wanted to see us break this trend, and I entered over here. Okay. And my trading setup looks something like this, where I'm targeting the highs. I have a very tight stop loss. I don't mind getting stopped out, and it's money I'm prepared to lose. And I have TP areas inside of the zone. This was my TP1. Okay. So my TP1 was probably already kicked in. I already had it preset. So this was my TP1 over here. And then this consolidation area here is a TP2, TP3, TP4, and then the ultimate TP that I do see us potentially hit over here is the between $12 and $13 level, which is in alignment with that 1.618 level. This is where I will potentially close my position from a day trading or swing trade perspective. This is where I plan to close my position. Okay, but I will still leave my spot bags. I will not take profits here on my spot portfolio. I am expecting during the next cycle still higher prices to come. Okay, I'm just not willing to lose the great entry that I've built up over here by just exiting over here, and then price goes to all-time highs. Okay, so this is basically what I'm looking at Filecoin, Andy, is nice. I do see nice green volume starting to kick in. So it looks like it wants to find upwards momentum. The one thing I just want to highlight is that this can be a fourth wave because the consolidation was quite long compared to this consolidation over here. So this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it starts stumbling down again and tests the home line. Okay, the buy line. I call this my buy line. When we are side in this area, I buy more. Okay, so that's basically what I see. If this is still part of the third wave and the fourth wave has not even started, then obviously we can go and target even the 2618, the 3618, 4618, and so forth. But I want to see us break this resistance. And I think lastly, for continuation to remain to the upside, what I would like to see is if we do find strength to just rip up here, okay, I would like to see us close above the 1.618 and retest it as support, not losing this level. That will then tell me we are either still continuing the momentum, or you do what would happen with Phantom, for example. Phantom went, tapped the level and fell down. But I think then it built up a consolidation here at the bottom and it shot through again. Okay.
I actually got Phantom. I know why you're talking about Phantom. I bought Phantom at below 50 cents and sold all of it at 95 cents approximately. It did correct at that 1.618 to, I don't know, 80 odd cent level, but it shoot back up to like $1.15 and $1.20 the last few days, which it doesn't matter. I had a target. My target was the 1.618, and you need to follow your targets from your plan, because I had a plan and I respected the plan, and I actually did a 2x, from that move, which was very, very good analysis. It was actually spotting that third wave and the target of the third wave. I mean, this is the beauty of technical analysis, right? When you know how to spot a high probability movement, looking for that third wave in the case of Phantom. I mean, I could be sharing my chart basically right now, but thanks for putting it out on the chart. I'm just talking here with my imagination, not sharing the charts with the community. How unprofessional is that? Anyway, talking about basically the consolidation that we did have in February and analyzing, from the lows in October, right? I think it was, to the peak high of December, basically that movement as a one wave, and then this, in January, this corrective structure as a second wave, and saying, guys, I'm buying a huge amount of Phantom here at the 40-50 cent zone, because I do see this going to $1 in the next coming weeks. It's just likely to happen. So what I want to do is do a 2x, and obviously 2x for people that are putting $100, then it's like, hey, a 2x, I'm making $200, right? If I'm putting 100. But if you start putting, $20,000, $30,000, or $50,000, right, or $100,000, right? You put $100,000 in, you're making a 2x, you're making, $100,000 gains, which is, you're basically paying, an entire year or 2 years of expenses if you're not, buying Ferraris and the rest of it, just living a normal average life. You just with a quick flip like this, you can pay your entire bills in an entire year, right? If you're living quite okay. So that was my strategy right over there. Just do a quick flip. But this is the beauty of technical analysis, right? Trying to spot those waves A lot of them that I mentioned lag behind, such as Mina Protocol. I'm very bullish on Mina Protocol. Devolved. I think Mina Protocol is an insane project, and it double topped, right? If you do take a look at, well, I can put Mina Protocol on the chart. Let me just share the chart right away on Mina Protocol, and I do have a bag of Mina Protocol, not an insane amount, not as much as Phantom. This is a long-term thing. I'm not planning to sell anytime soon in the next coming weeks or months even. I want to see a 5-6x on this one, potentially in the bull run at least. Let me just share the screen right away. Oh, you did? Am I sharing the screen? You can see, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, but basically on Mina Protocol, was very, very bullish during the last few weeks in February, looking for the momentum to actually possibly see a kind of a third wave move right over here, and it double topped. It double topped right there from the December highs, basically creating a swing failure pattern, just textbook double top right there. Got a major pullback. It is what it is. A lot of them are lagging behind. Some of them have created an explosive third wave. Some of them, the question is right now, where are we? Has this been a failed, has this already created the third wave basically as well right over here? Because when you take a look at the lows on Mina Protocol at the 35-cent level, and you take a look at this high, you could arguably discuss this has been one wave, two wave, 3, 4 wave, not overlapping the first wave, almost slightly tapping it, which is acceptable. And this has been a truncated fifth wave right there. And we are going to see a little bit of a deeper pullback in the next coming weeks. A very, very this looks awful as an Elliott wave counts right there, because you got the fourth wave actually coming all the way down to the first wave, which is acceptable. You can slightly tap it, but not overlap it, which you can arguably discuss. That is the case right over here. If we were to see this, I'm just going to say that this is, for me, going to be an insane, great opportunity for Mina Protocol. Chainlink gets a corrective structure. I'm just going to flip here to some altcoins, Devolt, because I think Chainlink as well could be poised for a much larger pullback in the coming weeks. That if Bitcoin does get a major pullback as well. We're not sure about that, but we do see the probabilities of Bitcoin going below $60,000, and that would help to get those altcoins down in the coming weeks, giving us the second greatest opportunity, in my opinion, to scoop up these altcoins at cheaper levels before we actually see some insane pumps. When I do take a look at Mina Protocol, and you arguably speculate that this has been a truncated fifth wave, not managing to break above the third wave high, you are going to correct now in the next coming days in a second wave potentially. When I do analyze Chainlink, it is also a very similar scenario from this accumulation zone where you have possibly a one wave from the ultimate low level beneath $5 in June of 2023, a third wave right over here, fourth wave, large consolidation and shallow, and then this fifth wave right there. So, I told my community, if Bitcoin drops below 60K, we do get altcoins dropping significantly, right? 20%, 30%. If we do see Chainlink beneath $13, that is going to be the golden zone to scoop up, because I do see this as a one wave, a two wave forming in the next coming weeks. And then obviously summer to the end of 2024 start, pumping, into that massive third wave, right? And fifth wave potentially by beginning of 2025. I personally think that this is what we are going to be looking at in the next coming months. Pure speculation. If we were to follow the previous cycles, this is what you would want to see. We would have to do something like this. Corrective move here by the beginning of the summer, right? Spring, summer of this year. And Mina Protocol, we get down here, getting a pullback in the coming weeks below $1. Bring it on. I'm going to buy some Mina Protocol. I will be buying Chainlink, guys. It's just going to be a major opportunity, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to give that back to you, Devolt. Getting the sun here in my eyes. I need to get a roller. Just set it up my studio, and I haven't even put a curtain. What do you think?
That looks better.
Yeah. All right. Well,
okay, Andy, people are asking. I see you've got a super chat over here, and they ask
yeah, I got
for
a super chat. Let's
GMT.
go. Yeah. So can you please take a look at GMT US dollar tether from CCM? Have dry powder to buy a crazy dip when it comes, as Crypto King. Absolutely. Are you happy to do this analysis, Devolt?
Yes, and I am actually excited about GMT, and I spoke about it yesterday. GMT is one of those that I've recently added to my spot bags. I've gone through the fundamentals. I'm happy with it. From a technical perspective, I'm happy with starting to dollar cost average into my spot bags. I like the Elliott wave scenario on GMT. And, you know, Andy, what makes Elliott wave theory difficult on altcoins is they do not respect the rules as well as Bitcoin and some of the mature markets, because you often get these nasty little fourth waves that goes into the second wave, and then it still goes up, and then you only figure out later that that was still the X wave or the B wave. It's I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, even when you study Elliott wave theory, they will tell you that the lower the market cap, the easier it breaks and manipulates the rules. Okay. So, I mean, if I look at GMT, for example, over here, where it started, I mean, how would you have known what the hell? Now that the structure is complete, you know what the hell's going on, okay? But if you were here, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, guys, cash out, you know, we're making a correction here, and then poof, this happens, you know, oh shit, okay, maybe this is now the correction that we're all waiting, and then whoosh, it just goes more, and it just goes more. So it's just altcoins, you just never know in exactly which wave you are. I mean, for Rune, for example, I thought a month ago already we were busy with, we were finished with the fifth wave, and then it surprised me and it just said, stuff you, I'm going to only do my third wave right now. And I was like, ooh, completely counted this Elliott wave scenario incorrectly. But nonetheless, let's go into GMT. I like GMT because, okay, oof, this is why I like it. Massive. Okay, first reason I like it is the fundamentals. I did research. I like the fundamentals. And this is what I like. I'm not telling anyone else to do it. I'm saying do your own research. And the second thing I like is this incredibly long accumulation zone over here, okay, compared to the 2022 bull market that we reached over here. Then the third reason I like it is that when I then start zooming in, just take my brushes out the way. Okay, when I zoom into this structure over here, we can now see it looks like we are finding momentum to the upside. Okay, however you want to put your trend, is just I'm seeing upwards momentum, and this does look a little bit double toppy. Okay, one could argue double top. I would have liked to SFP at least from that high, which we didn't even take, but nonetheless, GMT looks good as long as we can keep this momentum to the upside. It looks like it wants to break this high or SFP from it. It looks like it wants to go. But for me, keeping it simple, this is not a day trade setup for me. This is inside an accumulation zone for me. So I'm slowly dollar cost averaging into this coin, expecting us to come in at some point hit the 1.618 at 73 cents and $1 over here. Okay. My short term or short to medium term target for GMT is around this consolidation area over here by the 2.618 is where I will start thinking of taking profits, which is significant. I mean, the move from where we are right now,
almost 3x.
It's still a 3x. I'm happy with a 3x, a 2x.
Yeah.
I'm even happy with a 2x.
Bring it on.
And we do have some consolidation over here, and I would like for bullish momentum to continue. I would like for us to grab. Wait, where's my pen? There we go. Right. I would like for us to claim these highs So I want to see us break through, and I want to see us flip this area or this high. You're basically flipping the highs here into support for continuation to the upside. For now, it looks double topping to me, which says that we could potentially come back into this trend and even go correct a little bit further, which I will love, because if you then take a flip from the low to the high, round about the 786,618 level is where you want to aggressively load up. Well, where I want to aggressively load up. I'm hoping, Andy, I'm hoping that it comes down further, because I feel like I didn't buy enough of GMT, and the fundamentals looks great. I love it. And I only started dollar costing inside of this area over here. So I am in profits at the moment, not significantly, but I would like lower levels. I would like to see a little bit of red, because my rule is I only buy when I see red. And as long as I see profits, I don't buy. I want to see the red days. And it's always that question of, shit, I should have bought more. If it starts ripping, and if it falls down, you're like, oh crap, I should have bought less. So it's just, I'm dollar cost averaging inside of this area. While we are inside of this area, I'm dollar cost averaging into it. But from a day trade perspective, it's not in a trading zone for me at the moment. Okay, perhaps looking at the smaller time frames over here, if we can hold these highs as support, if we can hold this, so perhaps we consolidate here, we don't lose these highs, we could find momentum here to the upside. Yeah, only time will tell.
Yeah, looks quite bullish. I mean, so you are very bullish on GMT, right? So you're holding a bag.
I am. I'm holding a bag.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Absolutely wonderful. I've got a super chat here developed from Delia. I think I'll take this one, because if not, you're going to be doing 5-6 analysis on different coins, and I'm just here hosting, watching, enjoying the time. So let me just do a little bit of work right over here. Let's go right away with Delia's saying about Render. Obviously, Render being one of the best performing altcoins, AI altcoins that have been just been ripping. Basically, that's RNDR, if I'm not mistaken. Let's, I was talking about this one a few weeks ago, because its all-time high basically on the launch was round about the $8, right? Back in, December 2022. And this was very well spotted. We were just about to break all-time high here back in February. And we were getting a reaction. Of course, you do get that selling pressure, right? You get those wicks to the downside, exactly where we're hitting all-time high. Render price discovery, as soon as we broke all-time high, and I like to take a look at Fibonacci expansion, and there is higher targets. This is a massive round accumulation bear market that we've had in between 22 and 23, and I would expect the expansion to go to much higher levels. But overall, the first expansion from all-time high of 2021 to the lows in 2022, have been met, which is that 1.618 expansion here, as you can see on the chart, right? Just like extremely technical. As soon as we were breaking through, for me, it was simple, this analysis. Hey, this is the cryptocurrency that that everybody's talking about it, back in for many, many months now, not only February. Hot coin, AI, Render here, Render there. You've got all of the channels, you got Twitter, it's just everybody's talking about Render. We're hitting all-time high. It's like, guys, this is going to break all-time high, and it's just going to enter price discovery, and it's going to start hitting the expansion targets. And one of them, mentioned on the channel, as soon as we were hitting all-time high, it was getting at the $13 range. And, you can see how those expansions, taking a look at the fib from the high to the low, how they are respected very nicely. I got another 2 targets here, which I do think are going to be met in the bull run, which is the 2.618 and the 3.618 also, which is sitting in between, $20, the 2.6181, and $28, the 3.618. Of course, possibly going to higher levels, but overall, level to level, target zones. It is in price discovery. It's getting a beautiful consolidation at the moment. Could we get more of a pullback? Could we back test the all-time high? No doubt that we could. I mean, this does look very, very toppy, very choppy. Looks like a bit of a diamond pattern right there. Very, very, choppy and toppy here. If we were to get that breakdown to test the previous all-time high, I think that could definitely be a good opportunity because the bull run hasn't finished. The bull run, in my opinion, hasn't finished. We're going to see, if we do see that sharp pullback that we haven't seen yet on Bitcoin and altcoins, right? Where is that 20%, 30% pullback and 40, 50% pullbacks on those altcoins in the bull run, like we've seen previously on the previous cycles? We haven't seen them yet. So I wouldn't be too worried. I would just see it as a major opportunity. And after this bear market, and still in the early stages of the bull market, if render were to get a pullback down to the low $8 range, which is not too far off, okay? It's not too far off. We're just trading below $11. Definitely a possibility of a pullback. I think this is going to be a major, major opportunity to scoop up some render here because I do see render after this massive bear market round formation, accumulation, breaking out here. For me, this is not the top for render. It would be nice to get cheaper render at that all-time high to flip as support, especially if we do consolidate, right? I wouldn't instantly buy because, I mean, maybe what happens if you lose it and get a major drop? I would be very patient to see the reaction here and look for those local double bottoms, right? This is how I trade: local double bottoms, local double tops, triple tops, double bottoms, triple bottoms. The more bottoms, the better. So had to say that. Well, the deal. But basically, that's where you get the reaction. That's where where you have the opportunity, right? So yeah, looking for rendered. If it were to break down here, that is a great zone to scoop up some render around about the low $8 range because expansion, higher targets, no doubt, is very, very likely after this massive bear market round formation. And you got AI in the mouth of everybody, right? Everybody's stuffed with AI. And it seems like Render is the leading AI crypto for the moment. Anyway, let's continue here with the comment section. There's been a lot of motivation. Ramesh got a lot of messages deleted here. BTC pumping now. Do we have BTC pumping? Aloha, Valerie. How are you? Valerie is a strong supporter for a long time. Bitcoin Cash is going crazy. That is true. We've just checked Bitcoin Cash about 10 minutes ago. It's absolutely ripping, trading above $600. Bitcoin for the moment, I mean, keeping it simple. It's getting resistance from the previous day value area low. Previous day value area low is what is providing that resistance. Not looking too great. However, for me, like we were talking about this on the previous live stream, Devault, that we, breaking above this lower high resistance that is providing resistance, right? During the last, couple of hours, a breakthrough of here would be actually a sign of strength for Bitcoin, no doubt. You're breaking above the previous day value area low that's been a proven level of support, and you're just breaking, basically the downtrend resistance trend line, and you are forming bullish CVD divergence. Hey, bring it on. This looks like that if it does break successfully above $70,400, we going up, baby. We're likely going to take those highs from yesterday, which is sitting at $71,650. So get your moon boots on, because if we break $70,400, we are going up to test the $72,000 range potentially during the weekend. What do you think about that, Devault?
Definitely. I'm watching. Let me just show you quick, Andy. Here we go. What I do like, and obviously nothing's guaranteed in the market, but what I do like about the local CVD over here is that CVD is falling down and price is moving up, which means it could be building up that momentum that it needs to pierce through. Okay. And I'm using the word could. I don't want to say I'm guaranteeing anything over here, but I see bullish CVD between these two pivots. And
Yeah.
even with price moving up here, CVD is
Mm.
falling down over here. So, I mean, if price
Wow.
had to move up here, maybe without claiming this high, CVD is just a little bit far away to catch up. So looking at local, and
Is
this is
this
usually what gives, sorry,
yeah, is this the 3 minute time frame?
yeah, 5 minute.
5 minute. Okay, you're looking at the local price
Yes.
action from
So
and it's still forming local bullish CVD divergent. I mean, yeah, this is just a full recipe of of breaking through here, likely to go to higher levels. Yeah.
exactly. And Andy, usually what gives me great confidence to enter a trade is when you see this, okay, both on yellow,
Yeah.
okay, and blue, not some, yeah,
So
little, yeah, on blue as
there,
well. We've got
there
here on
is.
blue
Yeah.
as well. There is definitely. But then what I like is when you enter over here, okay, and you start seeing local bullish CVD, when you zoom into these little structures over here and you see price moving away from where you entered and you see CVD falling down, it's a good sign that momentum could continue into the upside. And usually by this stage, I've already protected position.
Yeah.
But it looks good. And I think, between the larger CVDs, obviously the target is this high over here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see if CVD plays out and we don't get countered by local bearish CVD.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, but for now, it looks good.
looks good. For me, I would be confident enough to say if we do break above
Oh, we did.
$70,400, which it does look like it wants to do so as
We're
we
going
speak,
there. We're going.
we are likely going to see the momentum continue at least to take out the previous day highs. If we solidly get the breakout, and I mean solidly, we would have to go to 70,800, 70,900, approximately round about there. I would be confident to say, hey, especially if we do see large volume kicking in, hey, this is bullish. This is likely going to form a higher low in the next coming hours to then shoot back up and claim those highs. I would be confident to say that. And to say, looking for long opportunities, obviously maintaining the good risk management in that long position already, as we mentioned, didn't add enough of my long into this long position because I was aware of that low being taken, the daily, the 618 Fibonacci. We knew it
Yes.
could front run it, and it actually is doing the front run. This is why we entered it with a small position here, because it's like, I know Bitcoin's price action. I know the bullish CVD divergence. You're going to leave without me, but you're not going to leave without me this time, even though it's a small position. I'm joining this move because it front runs a lot of the time. And it just looked, it just looked so obvious that it was going to front run that daily level that, it was worth already getting into these local double bottoms right there, just looking for this possible breakout that is happening right now as we speak. Legends, Bybit for me, number one crypto trading platform, 20% fee reduction for the subscribers. Okay. You got 20% fee reduction and that bonus down below. And also Mexi, you do have a great bonus. And also they have the lowest fees and no KYC. Well, just with an email and a password, you can sign up in less than 2 minutes, guys, to trade Bitcoin and many different altcoins. Duvault, we're having the breakout right now. It's getting punchy. Is it going to gain some momentum, or is it going to be a very nasty fake out? What do you think?
Let me just quickly switch to my screen. I would personally like to see us have a 15-minute candle close above the previous day value area low. Okay, that would be my first clue. My first clue that, okay, cool, this looks good. If we can have a 15-minute close above this level, then I would say probabilities then increase that we are going to come claim the value area high. And the reason I'm not too concerned about the point of control is because it's tapped already. It's not naked. If it was naked, I would be very concerned about that level and definitely be taking most of my profits over there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I will take some profits over here, but I will definitely be leaving some of the position open to claim the value area high and the highs over here. If and I mean, we're still ripping over here. So we can get that 15-minute candle close above this line over here. That would look bullish to me. Reclaim back into trend. Perhaps we consolidate here for a while, like we've done. This is a point of control. And it looks good, Andy. CVD's playing ball. It's bullish. Local CVD's bullish. Larger time frame CVD's bullish. We are back inside value area high, low over here, and it looks like it's going to claim it.
We're moving, baby. We're moving. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, it seems like that volume's picking up slightly as well. So volume is picking up. It does look like it could be a legit breakout. It could be a legit breakout. And this means that we are shifting this downtrend that we've had in between yesterday and today, basically the last 24 hours downtrend that we have. It looks like that we are shifting this right now as we speak to get that bullish momentum to possibly hit those highs from yesterday at $71,600. Would like to see another push up here in the next coming minutes. Get to, pump another $200, $300, show that steam that you're gaining that momentum, that you are shifting here, this trend. And then obviously those pullbacks, we would be looking for the higher lows, right? We're looking for a next higher low right there as we do get that breakout. Absolutely wonderful. Devolt, I think we are going to wrap it up if you don't mind. Do you have anything else to talk about? Anything that you want to say to my community? Any trading tips? Anything? Live tip? Trading tip?
I think, like I've told my community last week as well, is when you go build yourself a list. Here on the side, you guys will see I have a list of many altcoins and things that I keep an eye on. Go and find those altcoins. Okay, when I go onto Atom and I just switch everything onto the daily time frame, go look. If you are still late to the party, you have not bought inside the accumulation zones, go and find the altcoins that have not done what Doge and Pepe and Rune and Solana and Phantom. Go and find those altcoins and start slowly dollar cost averaging into those coins. That's what I am doing. I am saying that if you feel you are late to the party, go find the coins that are still here. Okay, go do some research, see if you agree with the fundamentals, go put some obvious resistance lines in there. And, these are the ones that I think, in my opinion, what I am currently, I don't want to tell anyone to do something because we're not giving financial advice. I'm just entertainment purposes over here. But I am aggressively still buying the coins. And you see, I've got red ones over here. I've got Atom, I've got DOT. Okay, just quickly want to highlight this. I've got DOT, I've got Algorand. These are the ones that I am still excited about. AVAX has already done a little bit of a rip to the upside, but nonetheless, I'm in here already. Zilliqa has done some good things already, but it still looks like it wants to go. I mean, compared to where it comes from. Okay.
Yeah.
H-bar, I'm still bullish on H-bar. I see a lot of people don't like H-bar, Andy. I love H-bar. The fundamentals are good.
Yeah.
KSM. Look at KSM. I mean, just it's still here. Okay. And what's sad for me, Andy, and this is maybe the advice I want to give my community and your community, is that the sad thing for me is once the coin starts doing this, this is where people start buying. That's too late.
Yeah, we're getting
That's
out.
too late. Because then you get a correction. Then they FOMO out. I'm losing too much money. So they buy in late, they FOMO out late, and then you get the bounce back up again. So, the best buys is the buys inside of the consolidation zone. Go find the good fundamental coins that are still there.
Yeah, when it looks dead, basically, when it's going flat for many, many months, right? 2022, 2023, for a lot of the altcoins, they just look like they're dead. And this, we're going to see some of them just doing a 10x in a matter of a few weeks. We've already seen it, here on the rally in October and November from 23. A lot of them did actually do a 10x, very, very easily. Some of them did a 4x, even a 2x, which is fine. But we are going to see them in the next, 6 to 12 months at some point, potentially to the end of the year, when the rally starts kicking off aggressively. I mean, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to be quick. And, this is where the people are making the massive gains. They are already making the gains from all of the coins that they've been buying during these months, right? Of early stages of the bull run. When it starts ripping, which it will, coins doing 10x, 20x, and even 50x, looking at the low cap coins, that is the moment we are getting the heck out of the market quickly, because that will basically be it. But it's going to happen. The same thing is going to happen. We're going to see a lot of people, basically FOMOing in. It's just the history of every bubble. It happens every single time. And I didn't take enough profits on the previous cycle, but I can tell you already, I'm going to be taking a lot of profits this time. I'm already taking profits. Imagine, and it's early stages, already taking profits. Imagine. So, anyway, Devolt, thank you very much, guys. You got Devolt's channel in the comment section. Okay, make sure to check him out. It is in the pinned comment. I'm just commenting right now. Check out Devolt. He posts every single day technical analysis, on Bitcoin, on altcoins, giving that great education. He's also in the Legends trading community that we have. You have the link down below, guys, if you want to join that exclusive analysis every single day from me and Devolt. We were talking about basically this long position on Bitcoin here at the 69,000, $700 to $500 range, looking for that front run possibly. It did front run. So we're focusing on analysis every single day, posting the videos, trying to predict those great trading opportunities basically every single day. Legends, thank you very much for joining. Devolt, you're an absolute legend yourself. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend, and we will do another collaboration next week.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for having me. And also for my community, I've also put your link, Andy, for your YouTube channel down in my description. So please go check out Andy, and enjoy the weekend until the next one. Cheers.
Ciao.